Hello, guys. Welcome to our Monday Mastermind. We've got a fun morning for you, or actually afternoon for some of you guys. so, so we're if something weird happens, we've had a troll that comes on every once in a while. We're going to lock everything down and then clean them out and delete them, and we'll be back up and running. So don't get surprised if that happens. But we're Why Grow Global .com. If you want to learn anything else about us, go there. There's a lot of resources and things. We do our Monday Mastermind every Monday at noon Eastern time, and all agents are invited from any real estate company. They don't just have to be EXP. We have a number of people that are from other companies, and we welcome aboard. So today we got a special guest, and this our speaker today is in our backyard, actually not far up the street from us. And I was just reading her profile here. So number one, she's a three-time icon with EXP, and if you know about that, that means you're a producer. You're doing some business. So people love
Feeling
hearing
it.
from people who are killing it, right?
Yep.
So
Yes, it's killing it.
and it's out of close to 90,000 agents, top 250 in the whole company. So doing
Woohoo!
lots
Go,
of volume.
Jessica.
Right, has an organization of 75 plus people in EXP, so
Wow.
growing her revenue share group as well. So she knows what she's doing. And here's something I
Good.
didn't know is she graduated from Kennesaw State
Ah,
University. That's where I graduated from. But I graduated back when
so
they were a
cool.
state college. So it was you got in with the university status. So Tony and
That's
I
so
remember
cool.
back those days, don't we, Tony?
Yeah, I think I sold the land for it.
Yeah, right. Probably so. But she is a mover and shaker in her community. She knows how to build trust and help to grow her business that way with connections. So we're glad to have her here with us today on this Monday Mastermind to share some of her secrets on what's working for her and how she's growing hers. Because all we want to do is to hone our skills to help other people grow their business. And if we can take little nuggets from each one of these Monday Masterminds to help other people grow, that's with the power and the magic of what we're doing here. So welcome, Jessica. How's everything going?
Thank you so much for those kind words. It's going well, and I get to Icon for the fourth time next week. So I'm super
Nice.
excited
Congratulations.
about that.
Love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. So it
Congratulations.
is good. It's good. I have created a really awesome business with the help of so many amazing mentors and encouragers within our spheres and our ecosystem. And it's just really given me such an amazing business. And I'm so thankful for so much. So I'm happy to be here and to share some of my wisdom with you guys.
Perfect.
Yay.
Well,
Be
thanks for coming,
excited.
and we look forward to hear what you're doing. So tell us a little bit about your business. How'd you get started in real estate? How did you start growing it? Where did you see you needed to put some different things in place to get to where you are today?
Yeah, so I was a stay-at-home mom 12 and a half years. When I was at Kennesaw State, I graduated, I got married and then had a baby right before I graduated. So it was a lot of life happening all at once. And so became a stay-at-home mom for 12 and a half years. When my youngest entered kindergarten, I started in real estate. My husband's like, go do real estate. It's flexible. And I think we all can laugh at that statement. It is flexible, but it is not really what I think he had in mind at the beginning.
All
And so I
right.
got into real estate, and I said I want to get paid to try it. So I actually started out as an assistant to an agent, which was a really cool kind of segue for me to go from stay-at-home mom into real estate. And I learned very quickly that you have to have a sphere of influence and that I would not be the one to make the cold calls or door knock. Neither of those sounded appealing to me at the time. And so I thought, how can I do something a little bit different? And so I really started to study how real estate agents were building their businesses, and I really latched on to events. And so if you look at my business now, my business is sphere of influence and has been with a side of Google business, but no paid ads or no paid leads. So I don't pay for any lead sources. I never have
Mm.
paid for lead sources. It has all been strategic, boots on the ground, creating relationships, nurturing those relationships, and then those relationships have naturally transitioned into business. And so it's been really cool to kind of watch my business evolve over the years. And, as a top producer, I felt like it was harder for me to find other top producers willing to kind of pour into me at the time as I was trying to learn. And so I'm so passionate about having this opportunity to be able to pour into other agents as a top producer. And I can really say you can have that work-life balance that we say we can't have that. We were talking earlier, they're like, are you on a cruise? Because my internet was a little off, and it's not uncommon for me to be on a cruise ship. So I spent last year I had 48 closings and I spent 25 nights on the ocean. This year I'm at 14 nights on the ocean with 2 cruises booked in August. So I am able, and I'm just a solo producing agent with one part-time administrative assistant on my production side of my business. So, my costs are low, my profit margins are very well done. So I'm just here to share about how I've used events to grow my business. So
Yay.
Nice, very nice. Well, so say that again. How many deals did you do last year?
I had 48 closings last year.
48 closings with you and an assistant.
That's correct.
That's pretty amazing. You've got everything dialed in, it sounds like.
I worked really hard. It took me about 2 years to really, once I kind of got that snowball going where I was having business come in naturally, I didn't have the systems in place to leverage it. So I had hit my max was at 37 closings, and I could like that at 37, I wanted to climb in a hole and hide because I didn't have the systems to be able to manage that. And so when I found the mentors within our ecosystem, I was able to really take those 2 years and dig into time blocking. You always hear about time blocking, and I'm like, what is this? Turning off my notifications, that was so hard. It took me about 18 months to turn off my Gmail notifications because I thought I was going to, the world would end if didn't know when an email came in. But once I took control of my time and my business, the business totally changed. And so I went from having this very reactive business of, jumping and running and doing to a more of a proactive business where I'm in control. Obviously, nothing is perfect. And I'm not saying that I have it all nailed down, but what I'm saying is there is the ability to have, when you have those good systems in place and you do have a good assistant. I mean, my assistant's amazing. She is licensed. We can handle this and we handle it with grace. And I will have 7 closings this month, and my assistant has taken 2 weeks off this has been a hectic couple of weeks here in for the month of July. But for the most part, I really have a really cool business that I want to model, and I want to be able to lead by example and to share with other agents that is very, you're capable, it's possible. I'm living proof of that, and I want others to take advantage of that.
So when you got started, how did you build your database? How did you build your sphere of influence when you first got started growing your business?
Yeah, so right out of the gate, I was sitting at the basketball courts all the time because all 3 of my kiddos played basketball. And so I would sit there and I would just be like, hey, I'm a real estate agent, wear my name badge. And so it just came organically to start with. And then from there, that's when I kind of got intentional on the event space. So, do you want, Rob, I have a slideshow. Do you want me to share that, or do you want to just
please?
Absolutely. Yeah, go right ahead. Let's do that. Yeah.
It's going to be recorded. So it's going to be, it's going to be recorded.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yes, please.
Awesome. We're going to try technology because, sometimes technology.
Absolutely. Great job. You're doing great.
Sometimes it works, and sometimes I don't know. So let's see if I can get this on.
Right.
I've worn my computer out today. It's like, no, it's Monday and you worked way too hard already today.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. I say I'm going to do this and I cannot see. I cannot
It's
click on the
okay.
slideshow.
I know it
It's
does
showing.
sometimes.
It's showing on our end.
Yeah. So
That's
you got
Your
right.
desktop is showing on our end.
Mm-hmm. It might be her Wi-Fi sometimes.
Yeah, it kind of froze up.
29, I mean, think about
Yeah.
it. 29 days, 48 transaction and 29 days on the ocean. People, if you didn't hear anything else Jessica say, that's all you need to hear. That she closed 48 deals. Oh, 48 deals, 29 days on the ocean. Tony, I'm sure you heard that. Jordan, I'm sure you heard that. Jordan. Tarit, I know you heard that. I heard that. Oh man.
I'm going to log in on my phone.
Oh,
I tell you what, hearing that, I thought I think I have good systems in place, but I don't know. I don't think I can handle going on vacation for that long. I don't think my
there you
business can handle it. That's
Right?
awesome.
go. Yeah. I mean, that's what,
Julie, make Jessica Wade co-host again. She's on her cell phone on this one.
right.
There we go.
Love it.
I'm so sorry, guys. This
It's
is not
okay.
my day
It's okay.
for technology.
That's okay.
We're just gonna work from my phone for right now, but we can Q&A and then I can go through my slides on my own. So sorry about that, guys. But
It's
yeah,
okay.
No worries.
funny, Kim, when you were saying yes, if you guys don't hear anything else, just know that it is
Yeah, that's
possible.
all you need to hear.
That's all you need to hear.
I think that's all I heard. I'm good. I gotta go. I'm gonna go and get my 40 my one deal right now. I love
Right.
it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So yeah, so a little bit about me. I'll just kind of go off of the slideshow since I can see it, but I couldn't share it.
That's
But
fine.
a little, and you guys, yes, I don't know what he say. I take 29 days vacation, but yes. So, and when you go on vacation, I encourage you to have a system too. So like when I go on vacation, I check in with my assistant about an hour or two in the morning and an hour or two in the evening. That way I can truly disconnect during the day. So I could talk about that for a long time as well. But when I started doing events, I would hear people say, you got to do the events, you got to do the events. And the events, it would always terrify me. Like that word event was like, what do they mean? Like rent a venue and hire a caterer and get, the balloon person and, like planning a wedding. And when I took the theory of events and dialed it down to an event is having coffee with someone, it totally
Mhm.
changed my thought process. And so, during the week, usually it's the week before. So on a Thursday is when I'm doing a lot of my Legion time. I'm going through my sphere of influence and I'm texting them, hey, would love to treat you to coffee on Tuesday. Would you be available? When you send that text message to your database, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say no. But the purpose of the event isn't the event. The purpose of the event is the invitation. And so
Mhm.
that's what I want you guys to kind of take away from today is that the purpose of the event truly is the invitation, because now you've made a very warm touch to somebody who already knows, likes, and trusts you. That would be my hope. So, as you're building your sphere of influence, work on like looking up and seeing like who are you interacting with? And it could be anybody. So, we just had a political election cycle.
Yep.
And so I reached out to one of the candidates that I admired and I was like, hey, can I treat you and your wife to lunch? You know,
Oh, I love
so
it.
that those things are all
Mhm.
events. They're mini events. Okay. So when you reach out and you say, hey, can I come to coffee? And they say, gosh, no, but thank you so much for thinking of me. you've just really
Yes.
made a really, really cool, warm touch to that individual. Another kind of side note on this is people are like, what CRM do you use? Guys, I don't really use a CRM. I know I'm going to talk against what a lot of people talk about, but I have a Google spreadsheet. And my Google spreadsheet, I try to keep at least 200 to 250 people on that spreadsheet at all times. The people on that spreadsheet are the ones who know, like, and trust me. That's all. It doesn't matter if they were a current client, past client, whatever. I have another database for those clients that is separate from where I work. I work on my sphere of influence database, which is a Google spreadsheet, because I can quickly go through and I can say, okay, let's text. Oh, look, they can meet for coffee. Awesome. Okay, I got next week's booked. And I move on to the next thing. So I want you guys, when I say the word event, I don't want you to go, oh my gosh, she's crazy. She does events and like, how does she do it? No. So I will tell you my very first event that was an event, I did a ribbon cutting. I have done a ribbon cutting every time I have changed brokerages. Nobody cares, right? We overthink it. We think, oh my gosh, they're not going to like me if I change brokerages. They're going to judge me. No, absolutely not. You can change brokerages and throw a ribbon cutting. You can get a new designation and throw a ribbon cutting. You can just want to throw yourself your own party. Do the ribbon cutting, okay? Because your sphere of influence, they want to support you.
Yes.
So when you send out handwritten invitations, okay, so now I'm gonna continue to just like drop little nuggets. So my ribbon cutting, well, we don't have offices, do we? No. So where do you do the ribbon cutting? So I'm up in Gainesville, Georgia, so just northeast of Atlanta. I think we have some local people here. So I'm in Gainesville. We have Lake Lanier. I rented one of the parks on the lake, and I said, come show up 10 to 11, drop in, ribbon cutting at 11. I bought a ribbon at Michael's. I bought a big pair of scissors, or so I thought, at Amazon. And when they were delivered, they were like really fancy, like ribbon cutting scissors, like legit ribbon. And obviously I was thinking big ribbon cutting scissors.
Right.
And I cut the ribbon with the little ribbon cutting
Oh,
scissors.
no.
And it was no big deal. Okay.
Dude,
no big deal.
I love it.
But what I did is I touched everybody in my database that may know me. And I said, I'm in real estate. You need to support me. So it was an easy touch. So if you haven't done a ribbon cutting yet, figure out a reason to do a ribbon cutting. That'll be my challenge to you guys.
We're going to invite you to come over and be the head.
I would be honored.
Honorary ribbon cutting officiants.
Yes, because people love to support you. And I think we kind of get in our heads and we're like, there's nobody that is going to want to, come to a ribbon cutting. Yeah, do a ribbon cutting at a new listing, do it a new construction subdivision. The venue doesn't matter. And again, if we go back to what I said at the very beginning, the purpose of the event isn't the event. The purpose of the event is the invitation. So don't overthink the event itself. Really dial in on your follow-up to get to the event. If you're doing a handwritten postcard, if you're doing, or like sometimes I'll do Vistaprint postcards or Vistaprint mail merge, because that's easy. Just upload my database and send it out. Or I order the cards and they come to me and I actually handwrite them. Just depending on the type of event, I'll kind of make my determination. Wow. But don't overthink that, because we are wanting to just touch our database and a lot consistently. So you guys in real estate, I used to hear that word consistent and I was like, I'm consistent. I'm consistent. Why do they keep saying consistent? And I was like, I don't even know what consistent means. But I will tell you, if you have an event planned, then you will get that consistency. And so when you, like, if like leading up to an event, I'll do a handwritten or a mail merged in their physical invitation to them. And then I will follow up with a text message. Hey, did you get my invite? Are you going to make it or not? And then like a day before, hey, just wanted to confirm you're going to be there. And then after the event, if they don't show up, I'm like, hey, I really missed you. I can't believe you guys didn't make it. But my next event is, so try to plan another event before you do that follow-up, because then you're staying top of mind, always staying top of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So does anybody have any questions about like what I just said about making the event about the, about like easy?
You know what? I think they are still ringing in the head like 48 transaction, 29 days on the ocean. Come on, people, tear it, drop it, focus on what he's saying. Other things that will get you there. I'm kidding.
So
Get Taylor to
tell me
focus.
about some of the marketing things that you do as far as Vistaprint. You mentioned Vistaprint. What type of marketing things do you do to be consistent?
Right.
Yeah. So again, I'm not consistent in my marketing per se. I'm consistent in inviting. So I'm consistent. I'm creating postcard invites through Vistaprint and then mail merging them into their mailboxes. So it's not, I don't have a drip campaign. I don't have the newsletters. Like all I do is invite. And, when you are hosting these events, you're not pitching real estate. You are truly connecting with people. And that's it's a little change. If I'm at an event and somebody says, hey, I'm thinking about selling my house. Could I ask you some questions about that? I absolutely say no. This isn't the time, depending on the event. So let me work through the coffees and lunches. So is everybody clear on coffees, lunches, and ribbon cuttings? Is that good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Tony said he has a question. Tony,
yeah.
he's
Okay.
Tony Gusto.
I'm listening. You go with this, and my question can wait.
Oh no, you okay? I mean, I could. I want to kind of talk.
You might actually cover it in what you're going to talk about, so that's why I was going to just be quiet.
Okay. So the next layer of events. So we're starting slow, right? We're starting on having coffee with one person, having lunch with one person. Okay. Next, I'm going to layer it up just a bit. Okay. So what is something you already like to do? Do you like to do pottery? Do you like to go to the local winery? Do you work out? Do you like to play a sport? So I want you guys to think about some of the things that you're already doing where you could invite your sphere of influence. So there's a winery here in Gainesville. I frequent it often, typically Sunday afternoons. So if I know I'm going to be there already, I'm going to grab my list and I'm going to think about the 20 people and be like, hey, I'm going to be at the winery this Sunday. I would love to treat you to a glass of wine. Stop by and see me. Again, they're not going to say they can make it. Most of them cannot. That is better for me. Like, and I hate to say it that way. But, if they can't make it, that's fine. But if they can, I now get to sit on a Sunday afternoon, enjoy a glass of wine with a group of friends.
Right.
Okay. So this is like layer 2 of events planning. I want you guys to think about something you're already doing. Do you already go have you already like to go to the paint shop place, the paint and sip types? Do you already like to go to play a sport or any of those things? Get a group together, and you'll be able to really kind of just take that invite up to the next level. Okay. So I'm about to up us again. Okay. The next
so on that one, you're doing what you're already doing anyway. You're just inviting people to come visit with you. Whether they come or not doesn't make any difference because you made the invite.
Yes. And do you know, like if I've done like wine where I do I just open a tab and I'm like, go grab a glass of wine. Like the most it's ever cost me is like $80. Like it's not, don't overthink it, but I've been able to touch at least 20 people. And then the ones that were able to come, they were able to come hang out. and I've treated them to a glass of wine. So this is low hanging fruit type events. So then we're gonna layer it up again. So anybody else have any questions? Did anybody want to throw out an idea that came to mind of something that you already do that you might want to have people? No?
Wow.
What are some of the things that you do, Jessica?
One of the things I like to do is watch football games. So I was thinking, invite people to come watch a football game with me. And you just said something, and I kind of laugh at it because you said it cost you $80 the most for wine. I went to an event that was sponsored by a financial planner. They ordered 3 pizzas and had about 80 people there. It was the worst event ever.
Yeah, isn't that
prepared,
crazy?
huh?
Isn't that well, and that's the thing, but you guys still showed up and you probably remembered that guy's name. So like it's totally a thing. So some of the other things I do, pumpkin patches, we've got Jaymore Farms up here in Northeast Georgia. So it's like the pumpkin patch with the hayride and the corn maze. And so I've done that. So that's kind of like that next layer of event where I'm like, hey, everybody, if you want to come, I'll have a coupon and get you the all-inclusive pass for the pumpkin patch. So that one's a little bit more expensive, but I'm not doing it, right? I don't create the core base. I don't create the fun. Like I'm just there as a person to gift them with a ticket to the event. So that one's kind of one of these low hanging fruits. So something else that you were doing. If you wanted to make it more community focused, so my friend and I, we both have built our businesses the same way by doing these types of events. And she does a school supply drive, which is a really great way to give back to your community. So now she's taking her event, school supply drive, and she's forming relationships with teachers at her kids' school because she's asking them, what kind of school supplies do you need? And then she's going to her database and saying, hey, I'm helping coordinate the school supply drive. How can I, and what can you contribute to this? And I want to give this to the families or to the teachers. And so it's a great way. It's two-sided. So she's loving on her sphere of influence, and then she's creating a new sphere of influence by loving on the teachers within her children's school. So, if you can kind of think of anything that's community focused, that is something that you participate in anyway. Do you serve at a local food bank? Is there another nonprofit organization that's kind of, close to your heart that you want to give back to? Maybe you could, I helped Joshua's Voice. It's they make autism to go kits for first responders. And so helping create those relationships takes it from, you focused to very community focused. I love that you said ice cream. So I'm going to talk about one of the agents that I mentor. He did something called Sundays in Real Estate. Ice cream Sunday. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it. But it was a play on the word Sunday. So what he did is he, on a Sunday afternoon, so after church, 2 to 4 in the afternoon, he went to one of the local ice cream shops. He invited his entire database. Again, he got that idea from me. And he said, hey, stop by the ice cream place for a free ice cream. He had a home warranty company and a lender sponsor the event with him, set up a tent right outside the entryway. And regardless of if they came because they got the invite from him or they were just coming to get ice cream, he paid for it. So for 2 full hours, he paid for all the ice cream. The ice cream ended up being about $300, and his home warranty company and his lender covered 100% of the cost. And he got business from his database and from people who walked up. He has trackable business from both of those. So again, when you're thinking about these events, I want you guys to think very simple. So seasonal events, I kind of shared on the pumpkin patch. That's something that I do. So the next topic is called event hijacking. This is
Event hijacking. Okay.
so I hijack events, and I make them my own. So in Gainesville and probably in your community as well, we have free concerts, free outdoor concerts. So the concert series in Gainesville is on the first Friday of the month, May through September. So every first Friday of the month, May through September, there's going to be a free concert in my community. That consistency word, I'm horrible at it. But if I have money invested, I'm going to hold more true to that. So I made it a point to sponsor all of the concert series. And this is my 4th year doing it. So it's easy. It's an easy touch for me every month during the summer. So this is where I do the bulk of my outreach to my database. I'm sending them an announcement. Hey, I hope to see you at the free concerts this summer. Will you be there? So then I kind of go through what does that look like? And they either show up or they don't. And I'm going to give you some real world things on event hijacking. When you do these, I just send my postcard, my Facebook advertising, and then my text messaging. I hope to see you at the first Friday concert this Friday. Stop by my tent and get a coupon for a free ice cream. I've made a deal with a local nonprofit. It's an adult special needs ministry, and they serve ice cream, little containers of ice cream at the concerts. And so I'm helping them. I'm helping my clients and anybody who may see it, and they come by my tent. So I did upgrade this event hijacking to include a sponsorship and a tent, but you don't have to do that. You can say, I'm going to be at the tent. I will have a green balloon tied to my chair. If you are going to be there, come find me and I'll give you a coupon for a free ice cream, or just set your chair up next to me. You don't even have to do that. So you totally have hijacked somebody else's event. You didn't pay for the band. You didn't have to get the porta potties or the security. You just happened to be there at the event. Okay. So that is like huge. Seasonal events. I'm going to go back to another event that I hijacked in my community. So we have a Christmas event. It's a trail, and you walk through the trail, and there's Christmas lights all along the trail. And at the end of the trail, there's Santa and hot chocolate. So I was like, can I sponsor adult hot chocolate? Is that a thing? And the city was like, yes. So I was like, okay. So on this particular night, I sent out my invitations, handwritten invitations. I hope to see you at the Wilshire Trails. I can't think of the name of the event, but the lights along the trail.
Right.
And at the end, I'd love to see you, and there'll be some hot chocolate for you and the kids, kind of thing. I kind of kept it light. And then I did get a local caterer to do the adult hot chocolate. So it was adult hot chocolate. But it was interesting. I am on those types of events. I send it to everyone in the database, not just those top 250. So I sent it to everybody, and I was going through that list, and I was like, oh my gosh, this person is never going to remember who I was. Like, I had done a horrible job keeping in touch with him. They'd bought a house. They'd found me on Google, like on a Saturday. I had them under contract on Sunday. They closed a few weeks later, and there was no follow up on my end. And I'm sitting there going, they're going to get this invitation, and they're not even going to know like who it was from. And then I thought, well, it's the worst that'll happen. He gets the invitation and he throws it away. So I'm going to challenge you to take your thinking and change it and think what's the best that could happen. Because when he got that postcard to invite him to the Christmas thing, he immediately called me and he said, my mom passed away a few months ago. We're almost through the probate process. Do you sell homes in Beaufort? And so that's, obviously that's my territory. And I was like, I sure do. He goes, hey, could you come out this week and meet with me and my sister? So I go to the property. I list the house. I sell the house. At the closing table, I'm talking to sister who lives in Paulding County. And she says, yeah, I'm so excited. I'm going to take these proceeds and I'm going to buy my house. I'm going to move to Kentucky. And I was like, so where do you live now? She says, Paulding County. And I said, do you have an agent? No, I don't have an agent. I was like, oh, let me help you. So I referred sister to a friend in Paulding County who got the deal, and then I referred her to an agent in Kentucky. So off of that one postcard that I felt like, what's the worst that'll happen? He'll just throw it away. I got 3 transactions off of that. So don't, and again, he's never come to one of my events. Like, this is not, that's not the point of it. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about event hijacking and like how you guys can do that?
You have given us so much value in just, like 5 minutes and 30, I mean, it's like, keep going, like, it's like, I'm like, why didn't I think of this? You know what I mean? I did a little bit of that, Jessica, for me. For me, just one little event thing I do, not even event. I refuse to eat lunch alone. You know what I mean? Lunch and dinner. Like if it's not my family, then I would be with either an agent or a prospect or buyer, seller, somebody going to eat with me today. You know what I mean? So I
Yes.
drag people. Rob knows I will go and stay at a restaurant all day long and just talking. Like I make the restaurant my office. So I've done that too. And people see I work, and people see how active I am. They're like, what do you do, what do you do? People get curious. So that's one other thing that I do. So we are very much alike, and I love that you are way ahead of the time. I love that too, Jessica. Thank you. Keep going. You're doing great.
You guys are so welcome. Okay, so I have like a few ways to kind of make that event next level. So say you've decided you're going to do an event. What how can you take that event up to the next level? So one thing I suggest is hire a professional photographer. It's so great to get those FOMO moments, just ways to document what you are doing. So if you can, and it doesn't have to be a big deal, but professional photography or videography. So I've worked hard to get some video at my events. And the very first event that I did, that I hired a video team, I hired the local high school video department. They were so thrilled to get a couple $100. And like I literally like had to pay them more because what they quoted me, I can't remember what they quoted me. I think it was like maybe like $50 or something a person, and they had 3, a group of 3. And I was like, okay, what they provided me was so much better than I could have ever imagined. So I did make, a larger payment to them. But start where you're at. If you can't afford a full videographer team or a full photography team, don't do that. Start where you're at. If you're a kid, if you've got a child that could maybe help you document it, start there. But that's one way to kind of level up that event just a little bit. If you do have a videographer, have them go around and collect testimonials for you. Have them talk to your people, like, what did you like about Jessica, or, and give the videographers a script so that way they know how to ask those questions. So when they're interacting with your people, they can. So this is going to be more at, so like at the pumpkin patch is where I've done this better because I can identify who's there with me and I can point to the videographer, talk to them kind of thing. So it's more of that type of an event situation. I do the City of Gainesville concert series I have for many years now. I've become dear friends with our city employees, and I love on them at a very high level. And now I get referrals from the city because they see how interactive I am with them. And so that's taken that relationship to a whole new level. But what was so cool is I hired a video team to come and video the event. I did pay for stage time. So this is kind of a little advanced, but I was able to get stage time. I got this incredible video. It was kind of a promo video about Gainesville. And I was like, it's so great that we are in Gainesville and this is my home and this is where I've chosen to raise my kids. And they have taken that video and they consistently share that with those looking to be in our area. They shared it on their social media pages. So I gave them that content, and now they have in turn kind of taken that content and run with it, which is really cool too. So again, kind of taking that event up to the next level. I have a few other tips and tricks, but there's like I could spend obviously I'm so passionate about this.
I love
We're
it.
not
I
stopping
love
you.
all these
Keep going.
ideas.
We're not stopping you. Keep going.
After the event, so if you have the professional photographer or not, you don't have to be professional. If you can just take selfies with everybody, I send pictures after the event. Again, snail mail, in the mail. I use a product called Send Out Cards. It has an app. So like I'll attach a picture of them at the event and I'll say, thank you so much. It was great seeing you at the event. I'm so thankful for you and your friendship, or however I want to take it from there. It makes it super interactive, like it's another touch point. You want to thank them after the event for coming. If you don't have time to do the send out card, like if you don't want to do that, a text message is fine. Thank you so much for coming, or I missed you at the event. So just kind of, again, you want to be consistent in those touches. Let's see. If they are there and you do have a CRM, tag them with with the event that they're at, so you can stay in touch with like who was there, who wasn't there, that type of thing. And like another thing, when I have these events, I'll have a big giveaway at the event. So say like this big gift basket. And just for showing up, they get a ticket to get that basket. If they give me a Google review, they get 2 tickets. If they give me a referral, they get 3 tickets. So like I have a point system. So then that way, I'm engaging them and I'm asking for business in a very indirect way because they want to win the amazing gift basket. So, and I make it super, super, super simple for them to do that because, we want to make it simple for them. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to look off of my slideshow. I hate that I can't share that with you, but technology is not my friend today. Does anybody have any questions so far? Like anything come to mind that I could chat about?
Yeah, if anybody has a question, raise your hand and then turn on your video and we'll unmute you.
Sorry, I forgot to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some trolls. So
Tony, go right ahead.
Yeah, when you do your thing where you work with the city, are they asking for sponsorship money for you to put your tent up at the event?
So I have graduated to a sponsorship for the tent. Yes. Yes.
All right. So you give something to the city for allowing you to be there.
Yes. Yep. At first, it was just a free concert, and I would just say, "Hey, come find me at the concert," and they could just find me. But then I recognized that it's also a way for me to brand in my community, so I do sponsor the concerts at this point. So it is $500 a concert, so it is an investment, but it's well worth it for me and my business. I mean, I had a gentleman come up to the tent last week or the last concert, and he was like, he he's looking at a very large piece of land on the lake. And so, just that one transaction alone, I had one of the police officers I coordinate, because now, again, this is like advanced events, but I coordinated with my lender and I had a lender. I had two. Oh, and a closing attorney. So at the last event, I had a lender, a closing attorney, and I gave away a Blackstone grill. So the general public would come to my tent to register for the Blackstone grill. The winner of the grill happened to be one of the police officers that was on duty. He had walked by the tent and he would love this Blackstone grill. So he ended up winning. It was so crazy. I went to the restroom at my office and I came back and like the police officer standing in my office and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And he's like, hey, we're ready to buy a house. And I knew immediately he was the gentleman who won the Blackstone grill. And he was sitting here and his wife just inherited $300,000 and they're first time home buyers. They don't know anything about it. But it was so cool for me. Like, again, it's worth every bit of the $500 that I pay right now to have that sponsorship. But I don't want you guys to think that you have to start there. And I don't encourage you to start there. I want you guys to, find an event that you can be passionate about and you enjoy anyway, because you don't want it to feel like work when you're doing these types of things. You want it to be more enjoyable.
Can you describe the tent? Is it like logos around an awning, or what is the tent?
Yeah, it's fully logoed. So being with EXP Realty, I have EXP on the full tent, all the sides and the top. And then I have a banner that says my name. I have the table and I put the EXP tablecloth on the table. So it is well branded. And, I do have an organization, and a lot of the members in the organization are in my community. So I've taught them these skills. And so they are also inviting their database to this event. So there's a whole layer of really cool things that come out of this event hijacking is what I call it, which
I love it.
Yeah.
So that brings up one other question is, so your organization, like there on the tent, is it your name or is the name of an organization?
It's all EXP. Pretty much everything is branded EXP just to make it just really,
Easy.
easy. Yep. Yep. And then so what I do with the ice cream coupons is I put like if an agent comes and they want to also give out ice cream coupons, I have them put their name on them. And so then when I get the coupons back at the end of the night and I settle up with the ice cream vendor, I could bill them for that. Like I just pay it and then the agents reimburse me for that. But at most of the time people don't come up to the tent. They don't, I'll have like, here, go get a free ice cream. Oh no, I don't need that. So like, it's a moot point. I don't spend a ton of money on the ice cream, but that is how I leverage that. Good question. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions? Okay. So I'm going to give you guys some good next steps.
Perfect.
So
I love it.
I want you guys to take a minute after this call and just look up. See who's already around you, who is at your gym that you say hello, who is at your kid's school, or who is in your neighborhood. Anybody that you would consider part of your sphere of influence. And I want you to write down 10 names. So these are people that you would like to spend time with. I don't want you to think about pipeline. I don't want you to think about math. I just want you to think about the people. I want you to just, as soon as we hang up, write down these 10 names. And then I want you to call a friend and set a date. Coffee date. This is easy. Okay. And just get the process started. Don't overcomplicate it. That's what I want you guys to take away from my talk today, is that this is not a place to overcomplicate it. It's just as easy as sending an invitation. So,
Wow.
yes. And
how do you use your Google sheet that you keep up with people, just straight up, like lined up, like just straight line? Wow.
Yep. It's so super simple because again, those are going to be my top 200 people. So these are people that I keep in touch with anyway. It's just a reminder. So, and then I've got their mailing addresses, so then I can upload them to the Vistaprint and get them out that way.
Keep it simple. Sometimes we think of CRM and things like that. It complicated the process, and then we're not doing anything at all. Whereas you, Jessica, said that keep it simple. You don't even have a CRM, so it's like for those of us who don't have a CRM, don't feel so bad, or if you have a big CRM like mine, and I couldn't even go through them myself because there's so many. It's like paralysis.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That analysis paralysis will get you every time. And when you have so many leads, and that's what happens, I think, to agents as you're in the business longer, is you've probably paid for lead gen. You've got all these leads, but they're not truly referral sources. And so the way that I want and the way that I've built my business is from a referral source. I want people that when they think real estate, they think Jessica Wade. So I work very, very hard to create those. Yes. So do you care if I talk about my book?
Please.
Describe. Well, sure. Yeah, go ahead. That'll be fine.
Please.
That's fine. If you want to, Rob, if you want to ask a question, I can give it a plug at the end.
I was just going to ask you, how do you make, who goes on your 250 list and who goes on your everybody else list?
Yeah. So if it's somebody that I know would be eligible to refer me. So, it's people who would be referring me. The people who, if they heard somebody say my name, they would know me. So it's going to be like close, that sphere. It's not going to be, you know, somebody who I've had a closing with, you know, those people, a lot of them, I don't even want to be in business. I don't want them to think of me after the transaction. So I really work hard for it to be the people who know me well, or who would have the potential to know me well. So.
Perfect. Yeah. Tell us about your book.
Yes.
The Power of One Event. It's a book.
Yay.
I love it.
So
I love that.
it just came out in May. It's on Amazon, and I have a co-author. And so we just have, you know, we decided she's up in North Carolina. And so if I kind of take the whole story back about the concerts, I used to plan that concert that the city now does on my own. So I was the one getting the porta potties and getting the stage and securing the band. And I did that. And now the city has taken it over. Well, my friend up in North Carolina, I'm helping her. And so she has started her concert series this summer, and she's getting the band and the stage. So it's really cool. But her and I both grew our businesses the way that I've shared with you all, very organically, very focused on relationships, very focused on making good connections. And so we decided we should write a book, because people ask us all the time, like, how do you do it? She is also a top producer, and they're like, you know, people, when they hear that I've closed 48, they're like, well, you must spend a ton of money on leads. And I'm like, not a penny, not a penny in the way that they're thinking, right? They're thinking, oh, you must be getting the Zillow leads, or you must be doing, I'm like, that's not how it is. And they're like, well, how are you doing it? And I'm like, through events. And so, so we've written this book. It's called The Power of One Event. It is available on Amazon. So we'd love to have you guys go and check it out, and give us a review if you want, because we've worked really hard on getting it to press. So it was
Perfect.
fun.
I love it.
Fun endeavor. Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jessica. This has been great. Lots of nuggets. I don't usually take a lot of notes. I took 4 pages of notes on all this stuff. So thank you for coming on and sharing. I just want our agents to take 1 or 2 ideas from this and run with it. That'd be awesome.
Right.
Yeah. And that's all it takes. I mean, if you don't do anything else but have a coffee date the next 4 weeks, 1 coffee date, 1 day a week, you know, that's 4 people, and you will never know. I mean, the way, like, I will be at coffee and it'll be like, no, I don't talk about real estate. So that was another thing. I kind of started down that path, but I don't talk about real estate at the event. So if somebody comes up to me and they're like, hey, could you give me an idea about my house? You know, you were out there, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? This is the time for us to really enjoy each other's company. Let's set up a listing appointment one day next week. And so then I have to make sure that I remember to follow up with them and do that listing appointment. But I really want to have that time protected and not have it turn into sales. And it so easily can turn into sales that you have to be very intentional to not go there. Don't go there in the event. Even if they are waving their flags and saying, you talk to me about real estate, don't fall for it. I promise you will do better by keeping that relationship, the relationship at that event, and then redirecting that conversation later on. So, anyways, I don't know where I was going, but I did want to.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
Thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate all the nuggets and things. That was awesome.
You guys,
Tony ordered the book already. Good job, Tony. He's like, order.
If you see me, I'll sign it for you too. That's been my new thing. I'm like, I just signed a book.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, Tony may come out to the concert.
That's right.
The next one is August 5th or 7th. I can't, whatever that Friday is. So.
Whatever that Friday is. Nice. Well, good. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming on to the Monday Mastermind. And we'll look forward to seeing everybody next Monday at noon Eastern time.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
And Jessica,
thanks, Jessica,
plug your people in every Monday. Jessica, really,
if they want to come, feel free.
I mean, all your people, please bring them. You know what I mean? Like, just they want to speak.
Anybody can show up.
Everybody can show up. Everybody can share, and we're gonna make it fun, like we have been. Thank you, Jessica, so much.
Thanks, guys.
So welcome. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye, Karen. Bye, Samantha. Bye, guys.